Welcome everyone to Pillar to Post. I want to start the show off with an apology. Now, I tried doing a live stream last night doing Shooting from the Hip with my co-host Red Rayner from the Heavyweight Mark channel. That bombed. And then we tried 3 other times to do a recorded episode of Shooting from the Hip, doing previews and predictions for this weekend's upcoming pay-per-views. Totally bombed. Totally bombed. Bombed bad. My laptop crapped out. Sorry, that's a train going through my backyard, so excuse me for a minute. Now, the laptop totally crapped out. Could not handle doing any streaming, could not handle doing any recordings. It just seemed like everything was working against us last night. I got to the point where I got frustrated and just said, screw it all. And today my wife did a very special thing for me. She went out and bought me a brand new computer, one that can handle the load. So I'm back. I'm back after a couple of days absence because of this BS. Now, because of the whole computer change and everything, you can see that the background here isn't the best. I threw something together quickly to do my Backlash and my Takeover Chicago previews and predictions show. Now, me and Red Rayner also did this last night, but I figured I'm going to do this one alone. We're going to reshoot Shooting from the Hip. We're going to try a live stream maybe this weekend during some downtime of all the pay-per-views. But before we get going, I want to give a shout out to Audible. They are my sponsor for Pillar to Post, and they carry 180,000 different titles for your laptop, tablets, iPhones, Androids, and you can get a 30-day free trial and a free audio book if you visit the link I give you, and it is www.audibletrial.com/pillar to post. I will add that in the description below. Make sure to check it out. Take advantage of it. Like I said, you get a free audiobook of your choosing. You get 30 days as a free member. 30 days to check out their products and decide if you want to keep it. Now, if you decide you want to cancel after you get your free audiobook, that's all right. You get to keep your audiobook. They've got tons of wrestling audiobooks out there. They've got tons of fantasy fiction, science fiction, you name it, they have it. You like romance, action, adventure, they have it all. Make sure you take advantage of their service. That is audibletrial.com/pillar to post. Like I said, I will be adding that in the description below. Now, I want to give a shout out to all my VidMe followers as well as all the subscribers here on YouTube.com. Now, I spoke a little bit yesterday of the issues my channel's been having as of late. And it's disheartening because I'm getting told that people are subscribing, but I'm not seeing those numbers go up. I'm instead seeing those numbers go down. I'm getting told people are commenting on the videos. Those comments are not there. And I did a big t-shirt draw, and there's only 6 people involved in it. And although the people said they subscribed and everything, they weren't on my subscribers list. So I don't know what's going on. It's confusing to me. It's very disheartening as a newcomer to the podcasting world and YouTube. It's something that I kind of got a little bit emotional about last night. Actually downright pissed off. You know, you get told all these people are joining your channel, and then you're also getting told that they're not receiving your notifications when you upload and this and that. And it makes me wonder what the hell is wrong with YouTube. But moving on, we all know we've got Takeover Chicago. I almost said New York. NXT Takeover Chicago this weekend. It's not a big event, but it has that big event feel. Always seems to have that. They always seem to outdo what the main brands are doing for their pay-per-views. I love it. I love what they do. Now, we've got, I believe, a total of 5 or 6 matches. And they're all good quality matches. I love what we're seeing. So, how about I pull up the info and we go through it list by list. So, now, I'm not going to say these are in order, but I'm going to talk about the Roderick Strong versus Eric Young match first. Now, we seen last week Eric Young and his Sanity crew come out and ambush Roderick Strong. And they basically took him out. So this is going to be leading into their NXT Takeover Chicago fight. Roderick Strong demanded William Regal give him Sanity. He did not specify who he wanted. He just said he wanted Sanity. So we all know how Sanity's working by this point. We all know that Sanity isn't just going to be Eric Young alone in that ring. We know that the rest of the crew is just close behind. So I hate saying it. I love what they've been showing of Roderick Strong. They've been building him up with the vignettes of his past as he became a wrestler and his backstory as a youth. And I enjoy that. So they are building him up, but I don't see him taking the win tomorrow night. I really don't. I think it's going to go to Eric Young because there's going to be some kind of screw job with Sanity getting involved. And that's the way Sanity works. Now, the only way I can see Roderick Strong winning is if it's by a disqualification. Now, moving on to the next match is Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunn for the United Kingdom Championship. Now, I tried watching the UK Challenge today on the UK Challenge, but I only sadly caught the first match and the last match. I don't know what happened between. I was very tired today for some reason, and I've been experiencing this since my surgery. The first day I came home, I was fine. I had energy. I couldn't sleep. The next day I woke up, I was very tired. And the following day was even worse. Today was just the one spot. I got a good night's sleep for once, and this afternoon I went to watch the UK Challenge, and after the first match I zoned out, and I was sitting back here watching it. So I fell asleep in my chair. But I caught the Tyler Bate match, and it was phenomenal. I love these guys. I can't wait to see what Pete Dunn brings to the table, because I haven't really seen much of Pete Dunn as of yet. But I don't think they're going to have Tyler Bate lose it just yet. I would like to see Pete Dunn win. He's got that vicious streak in him that I really like. And he's got a cockiness to him that kind of really brings shit out in him, you know? So Tyler Bate, he kind of comes off as a little flat, and then like 3/4 way through the match he kind of perks up and he gets this fire in him. It's different to see someone that, you know, it seems like they have no character until they get right into the match halfway through or 3/4 of the way through. Like I said, I'd like to see Pete Dunne win, but I don't think that's going to happen yet. I believe Tyler Bate's going to take the win. He's going to remain your UK champion. Now, we've got the Authors of Pain, who are NXT champions, and they're going to be going up against DIY in a ladder match. I love the Authors of Pain. I love the big bruisers when it comes to tag teams. They've got a lot of work to do still. They're not always on sync. They're not always looking that great, but they've got the power and the strength behind them. But NXT Takeover Chicago, it goes to DIY. They made this a ladder match for a reason. And that reason is to give DIY the upper advantage. Because when it comes to the power, there's no disputing that Authors of Pain are going to kick ass. But with the element of the ladders being thrown in, well, that gives DIY the opportunity to use their speed and their charisma and their agility to get up those ladders and grab the titles. And I believe that's what's going to happen. DIY, your next NXT champions. Up next is the Asuka versus Ruby Riott versus Nikki Cross. Now, we all knew that this was supposed to be a fatal four-way. Ember Moon was injured, so she is out of the match, and it has become a triple threat. Now, this basically comes down to everyone wanting to get Asuka and take her out, end her winning streak, end her title reign. Is it going to happen? I'd like to see it happen. I'd like to see Nikki Cross win it. But I think it was planned that Ember Moon be the one to end Asuka's reign. Now, either it be by pinning somebody else in the match or pinning Asuka herself. I believe what they're planning on doing is waiting for Ember Moon to heal up. I think Asuka's going to retain, and there's going to be some other big match where Asuka's going to lose the title, but not by a pinfall. I believe it's going to happen in a triple threat or even another four-way. The NXT Takeover, Asuka remains your women's champion. And finally, I think the match that everyone's waiting for, Bobby Roode, the NXT champion, versus Hideo Itami. Yes, I'm starting to finally say that name correctly. Hideo Itami. Hideo Itami recently returned to NXT to the shock and big pop from the fans, and he made a very bold statement by coming out and slapping Bobby Roode across the face, following that up with a go to sleep. Now, yesterday, or I should say Wednesday, Bobby Roode came down at the end of the show and had a lot to say, and basically offended Hideo Itami. So Hideo Itami came out, confronted him, and once again, we've seen Hideo Itami, first of all, take out every one of the security guards, and then followed up by taking out Bobby Roode once again with the go to sleep. This is a big build-up for this match. I don't see Bobby Roode losing the title yet. I don't think it's that kind of night. I think Bobby Roode is going to retain. Hideo Itami will get his time, but not yet. He is just returning. They're going to want to build this up a little bit longer. Maybe the next takeover, who knows. But tomorrow night, not going to happen. Not for Hideo Itami just yet. He has been injury prone. He's just made his way back. Give him a little bit more time. We will see that title around his waist in the very near future. Now, that is all the matches that they've got lined up for NXT TakeOver Chicago. So up next, we've got the Smackdown exclusive pay-per-view, Backlash. Now, I'm going to start off at the bottom, and it is the kickoff show and the kickoff match between Ty Dillinger and Aiden English. My thoughts. There's no way in hell that they have put this much energy and this much creativeness to build up the perfect 10, Ty Dillinger, in order for him to take a loss. No, not happening, especially against Aiden English. They haven't put as much effort behind Ty Dillinger as they have, say, Shinsuke Nakamura, but they're not going to build this guy up and have him come out and take a loss to the self-proclaimed king of drama. It is not going to happen. Not at Backlash. You got to be kidding me if you even consider it. So, Ty Dillinger for the win there. Now, up next, we've got a rematch from last week's, or this week's, I should say, Smackdown, and that's Luke Harper versus Eric Rowan. Now, Eric Rowan took the win in their first encounter, but I believe Luke Harper is the guy that they are looking to push. If they're going to go singles, they're going to push Luke Harper. He's got the most character. He's got the most energy behind him. He's got the fans behind him. He's got that character about him that you can push to the main event status, or even make a top mid-level card champion, say the U.S. champion. He's got that in him. He's got both stages. You couldn't see him in the main event. You can see him in that mid-card main event. It doesn't matter. He belongs in one of those two places. Eric Rowan, however, he does not have that kind of character about him. Now, what I would do, because we all know SmackDown's tag team division is lacking, seriously lacking. So, what I would have done is I'd have these guys battle out and maybe go to a draw. Maybe they knock each other out. Whatever. It can be whatever. They realize they're stronger together and they reform the tag team. Now, it doesn't have to involve the Wyatt gimmick. It can be just Eric Rowan and Luke Harper come back together and to take over the tag team. They don't have any real storylines for either of these guys. So what would be the logical thing to do? It would be to reform that tag team and make your tag team division stronger. These guys would be automatically your next SmackDown Tag Team Champions. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. There is no way that this team would be defeatable that quickly. Now, up next, we've had a long rivalry between these two, Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin. Now, Baron Corbin has had his eyes on Sami Zayn ever since Sami Zayn got drafted over to SmackDown. Or, I should say, that whole superstar shakeup. It was not a draft, it was a trade. Now, Sami Zayn is the ultimate underdog. But, really, can you see him taking out Baron Corbin? Baron Corbin has made huge strides in his career to make himself better, to get himself in that main event status. He has arrived, and he's only getting better with time. Now, he's not everyone's cup of tea. Sami Zayn isn't everyone's cup of tea. Everyone liked him better as El Generico, or at least some people did. Me, I don't care either or. I do like the way Sami Zayn wrestles. I just don't see him taking out Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is got one of the meanest streaks in wrestling currently, besides Braun Strowman. So, I'm going to go with Baron Corbin. Now, I don't think this is going to end things between them. I think that Sami Zayn is going to keep on trying to come at Baron Corbin to get his one up over him. I can see that, but not at Backlash. Backlash, it's all Corbin. And then we have the 6-women tag team match, which I really don't know what to say about this. When has it ever been needed to have a 6-woman, 6-man tag team match contract signing on either Raw or SmackDown? Explain this to me. Why was that needed? There's no title on the line. There is a little bit of respect maybe on the line. But other than that, give me a break. And this was thrown together. Excuse me. Bad tickle in my throat, sorry. Now, we had on SmackDown the contract signing, which, total bullshit. But we had SmackDown Women's Champion, Naomi, with Charlotte and Becky Lynch. And then, their opponents, Natalya, Tamina Snuka, and Carmella, with no Chin Ellsworth along for the ride. For one, I don't understand why Naomi isn't defending her title at Backlash. It should be on the card. It just makes that title look weak now that someone else is holding it besides, one of their favorites. Excuse me, I am so sorry. I love Naomi as champion. She does look like she needs more work in the ring, but she's not going to get any better if you're going to continuously put her in these tag team matches. She needs to be a singles competitor. She needed to be defending her title, make herself stronger than she was, and instead, They threw her in with Charlotte, who no one is even bothering to accept as a babyface, and Becky Lynch. It doesn't make sense to me. But my pick, not that I really fucking care, I'm going to go with Naomi, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch. Why? Well, we've had Carmella pin Naomi, 2 or 3 times now in tag matches. It's not going to happen at Backlash. They're going to have Naomi take the win, and that's that. No one really cares about the match, but it's there. Our Smackdown Tag Team Championship match, the Usos versus Breezango. And the Usos, of course, are your tag team champions on SmackDown. Now, I've been a little bit critical of the Usos as of late because 2 weeks ago they came out, they sound more like clowns than they did heels and thugs, like they're striving to be. And although this week was a little bit better, it still came off as a little bit more silly than heelish. And the way I look at it, if you want to be a fool, put your face paint back on. Be the clown you want to be. If you're going to be a heel, make sure that they know, and we know, that you're a heel, and you're coming for your opponents. Now, Breezango, or the Fashion Police, as I would prefer to call them, won their rights for the number 1 contendership, but they haven't really had much airtime before this, and quite frankly, they were used as jobbers until now. I don't see them taking the win. I see the Usos continuing on with their reign, and it's going to take someone bigger and better, and I'm waiting for American Alpha to reappear. I don't know what's going on with them, and they are my logical tag team champions. They've got the skills, they've got the style. They need to work on their look a little bit better, and other than that, they've got it down. But something is missing from that tag team. Now, up next, we have the United States Championship match, and the new face of the United States of America, as he likes to proclaim, Kevin Owens, is your U.S. champion, and he'll be taking on AJ Styles. Now, AJ Styles, this is basically AJ Styles' time to, basically play around in, like, say, the United States, the mid-card range, because Randy Orton is right now feuding with Jinder Mahal. There is plans for AJ Styles to go back up to the main event and challenge for the world title. Now, might get a little bit of hate on this one for it, but Kevin Owens isn't losing that United States champion yet. Not happening yet. There's too many plans for AJ Styles in play right now to go on to defeat maybe Randy Orton for the world title. Kevin Owens is going to be your U.S. champion for a little bit longer. He will get himself into that main event spot like he was on Raw, and I'm hoping when he does become SmackDown champion, it will be a reign suitable for Kevin Owens, and not the joke we've seen on Monday Night Raw. So my pick is Kevin Owens, but it is going to be a dirty finish. This is either going to be disqualification or some kind of shenanigans that causes AJ Styles to lose. So Kevin Owens for your win and remains your United States champion. And up next is Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler. Now, if anyone out there believes that Dolph Ziggler is going to win this match at all, you've got to be fucking kidding. They have not built up and put all this money behind Shinsuke Nakamura with all these vignettes, all these little videos of packages of him. They are not doing this, and he's been fighting after almost every show, and that has been Dolph Ziggler as his opponent in every dark match. They have not gone through all this trouble to make Shinsuke Nakamura lose. No chance. Dolph Ziggler is there to put this guy over. It's going to be a great match. It's going to be a match that we are going to be more invested in than a lot of these other matches that we're going to be seeing. This is the match to watch. This might be the match of the night. Could be. We got Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles. That could be a top match too. But Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler, I think it's going to go over big time. And finally, a match that everyone's kind of apprehensive about. WWE Championship match. Randy Orton, who is your world champion, versus Jinder Mahal. Now, what I would do, I would take that title off of Randy Orton. Randy Orton has become stale, boring, rinse, repeat, repetitive bullshit. Rinse, repeat, every promo. Every promo sounds like the last promo. I'm tired of hearing him talk. I'm tired of seeing him wrestle because even his wrestling is rinse, repeat. There's never usually anything new added to his repertoire. Even John Cena's adding new moves and trying out different things in the ring. This guy refuses to change at all. And you have to change at least little bits here and there. You don't need to change who you are. You need to become a little bit of a fresher athlete in order for us to stay on your side, really. Because it doesn't matter what you've been, the Predator, the Legend Killer, you have always remained the same. You talk the same, you sound the same, your promos are the same. It doesn't matter what you do. It's rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. I want to see Jinder Mahal take the title. I don't like it that they're using the whole racial card for the gimmick of his. I don't think it's needed at this point in WWE. It's 2017, people. The racial bullshit's got to end. I'd like to see Jinder Mahal win that title and turn around and say he's not only too good for Americans, he's too good for Punjabi. You know, he's too good for everyone. He's got, the expensive clothes. He's got, the new body he's worked hard on. So instead of using the racial card, use the I'm better than you card. I'm richer than you. I'm the champion. Blah, blah, blah. It would be better than hearing the racial crap that we hear week in and week out. And even Jinder Mahal was not behind the whole racial card gimmick to begin with. And I wish he would have put his foot down with it because I would have rather have seen him run with something else. Now, that is going to be my prediction show. It isn't much of a show. I'm going to do another one later on tonight. I'm doing this one to test out everything on the new computer. And I hope you're happy with it. Now, I probably didn't give you as much energy as I would have liked to. But I'm a little bit in an uncomfortable state. I had surgery this week on Tuesday, actually. And I'm still recovering. And it's hard to actually sit here sometimes. So this is going to be my Backlash NXT Chicago Takeover predictions and preview. So I will see you later. Maybe I'm going to try a live stream. See how that works. And then I'm going to call it a night. Remember, check out audibletrial.com/pillar to post for your free audiobook and 30-day free membership. Check it out, people. Help support the show. And always subscribe and like and upvote. Doesn't matter where you are. VidMe, upvote, and subscribe if you will. It's only $1 a month on YouTube. Subscribe. It's free. And like the video, comment, get talking, ask questions. I don't care. I will always be here to answer. So, this is Pete Wall signing off, and this has been Pillar to Post. Have a great weekend. I will be seeing you later on.